What's something about writing a cookbook or writing recipes over the years, something that you've learnt that's quite surprising?
The, okay, so I have three cookbooks. The first cookbook was not my idea. A company approached me and said, "Hey, you have a good audience. This might be a good fit." It really wasn't in my wheelhouse, and I had to make it so. But then when I wrote Plant Based on a Budget, that was everything that I wanted to share with the world. There was nothing, there was thin air. And then slowly I put together a book from just the things in my brain and what my audience has told me that have wanted over the years. And it is a lot of work. It takes years to put together a book like that. And I didn't know that. I see these books, the books that I've found that have helped me over the years when I first became plant based, like The Joy of Vegan Baking and Chloe's Kitchen and all these books that I've super loved over the years. Those did not just come together easily with recipes that existed. Those were tested 15, 20 times per recipe by people who made it perfect. And that's the kind of work that goes into a cookbook if you want it to be a good quality cookbook. So that is the thing that I learned. It's not an easy task to create a book.
Oh no, for sure not. And that kind of shocks me, like having 15 to 20 different people try your recipe to then change the spices, the level of this, like that sounds arduous just listening to that.
It's hard. It's hard to manage too. When I wrote Plant Based on a Budget, I didn't have help and I didn't have money to have help and I didn't get an advance. So I had to do everything myself, which that's normal. Sometimes people have that and that's okay. But it's a lot of work for one person. And then when I wrote the Friendly Vegan Cookbook, I co-authored it with Michelle Kane from World of Vegan. And we had someone manage the recipe testers and we had a photographer. So I had like I could we could really focus on the content being uh, being managed by us and having all of the elements that we wanted included. It wasn't us thinking, okay, these are the things we want, and then having to create everything and do everything ourselves in the way Plant Based on a Budget was. I had to think it up and then I had to do it.
That's crazy. I that makes me respect it so much more. What's your creative process in making recipes? Do you have like a flow that you work with?